It's time for the Wendy Williams Show. Today, the hilarious Kevin Hart. He was on fire at the BET Awards. Now he's heating up the hot seat. Plus, the super sexy Nicole Murphy. Are wedding bells ringing for Eddie's ex? And all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Now that the lady in the rafters put her camera away. You can't do that during the programming, otherwise we'll throw you right out of here. All right now, we have a sensational show for you today, everybody. Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel may be feuding over the future. Plus, there's a reason we haven't seen Kim Kardashian since she gave birth. I'll tell you why. And the latest on the Jackson family drama. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Who doesn't think it's a big deal that we haven't seen Kim Kardashian since she gave birth? I don't think it's a big deal. Do you think it's a big deal? Yes. When you had a baby, were you out of the house right away? No. Me neither. But you expect her to be why? Because she's a social media person? Well, it's been 21 days since we last saw Kim. I've got no problem with this, but this has probably been the longest time that we've known her that she's been out of the media spotlight. Well, according to our friends at Radar Online, Kim loves being a mother, is what they say, but she's going stir. No, that was not a read. I believe this, but that she is going stir crazy at home and she feels very isolated. She reportedly wants to leave the house, but she is very, very scared of the paparazzi snapping her pictures. Well, I can imagine having Kanye breathing down her shoulder, because, without Kanye, I'm sure she would love these pictures being snapped. I'm sure without Kanye, she would have been out of the house 21 days ago, right after giving birth to the baby. But she's probably, in my best guesstimation, doing some sort of working out at home, a secret tunnel that has been drilled from her trainer. Look. That has been drilled from her trainer, Tracy Anderson's house on the other side of the state to her house. And so she's probably working out. I bet you, even though, there's a lot of talk of her loving sweets and loving to eat and everything, I bet you she's probably got that jaw wired shut. And when we finally see her will be the day that her mother's show comes on TV, this 6-week sneak peek. And even though the talk show is taped, but that'll still be the day that Kim comes out and it'll be somehow working in concert with her mother's talk show. And because with the Kardashians, there is always a financial plan somehow always going on. But you keep fooling everybody, Kim Kardashian, and we'll keep waiting for you to come out of the house. I'm very sad about Paris Jackson, and I'll be very honest with you. What I talk to you about is not what I talk about at my house. I have a whole nother conversation that I call kitchen table talk, and that we all do, and I'm just letting you know that, okay? Because I go in deeper at home. But I will tell you that I'm very sad about what's going on with her. To catch you up to speed, she has allegedly been denied entry into a new rehab facility. According to TMZ, the Los Angeles hospital where Paris is currently recovering allegedly will not let her leave that hospital because they feel as though she's still a danger to herself, her mother, her biological mother, Debbie Rowe, wants Paris to move to an adolescent rehab facility in Utah, but that rehab facility reportedly has rejected Paris's application process due to fears of paparazzi. Now, this is what I will say. Number one, what is the point of having 155 members of your family if not one of them is good to step up and help out at all? That's number one. I mean, I know that this is, the Jackson family is one of our great American treasures and all that. But can we take that aside and just look a little bit deeper? This is one 15-year-old girl who allegedly attempted suicide with cutting on her wrist. She's still been in that same hospital facility for the past, newborn, 3 weeks? Easily 3 weeks. The facility will not release her because she's a danger to herself, and there's not one family member that will make adequate arrangements for this little girl. 150 family members, and none of you all are good? What is the point? Second of all, you remember, I was one of the first people who said, sure, a 15-year-old girl needs her mom. I'm so glad. Do you remember me saying this in Hot Topics? I think Debbie needs to step up. Well, I'm a woman and I have a right to change my mind. And here's my thought about Debbie. I forgot. Debbie is the same person who basically Michael bought her sperm or whatever it is, her eggs. You know what I'm saying? She accepted money allegedly to back off of this little girl's life once she was impregnated, had the baby, and then she was pregnant. So as far as I'm concerned, a woman who would back off after birthing a child is not a woman, she's an animal. So therefore, she's not fit to adequately take care of this child either. You can't double back around and say, oh, now I want to be in my, bio daughter's life, because now we're looking at you with the side eye like all you want is money. And I can't believe Aunt LaToya, Aunt Rebe, Aunt Janet. I can't believe that Taj, the nephew, got married this past weekend and everybody was hooping and hollering and celebrating at the wedding. Did you read it in the magazines? While little girl is still in the hospital on a, she's not well enough to get out. Uncle Jermaine, Uncle Tito, Uncle Janet, all of you all, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed. And by the way, that Utah rehab center, I like that they had the integrity to not accept somebody on account of paparazzi making it bad for everybody else. I don't know about you, but like if our kid was in, God forbid, a rehab facility, or say at an exclusive boarding school or a college or something like this, and then all of a sudden some Jackson or Lowen wanted to register to be in it, that'd be the last place I'd want my kid, so I'd want to pull my kid out, because that would attract paparazzi, which would be all over the whole campus, just making it bad for all the kids. So it's nice that Utah rehab had, I guess, said no, but there's got to be some place that will accept this girl, and I'm watching this story, and I'm watching this story. In the meantime, Jay-Z is revealing more of himself. I meant to tell you this story yesterday about, being a father. He's promoting his new album. It's called Magna Carta, Holy Grail. And he opens up about the song, being a father to his daughter, Blue Ivy. And there's a song on the album, it's called Jay-Z Blue. And in it, he talks about his fears of being a good dad. Take a look.
My pop left when I was young, so he didn't teach me how to be a man, nor how to raise a child or treat a woman, right? He's left, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, my karma, the two things I need, I don't have, right?
Yeah.
And I have a daughter.
Yeah.
It's the paranoia of not being a great dad.
I like that. There's nothing wrong with seeing a man vulnerable. It looked like he was choking back tears, right? So his new album, Magna Carta, Holy Grail, comes out later on this week, and we'll be looking forward to that. So Do you remember I was telling you that, well, first of all, you know Katy Perry is on the new cover of Vogue magazine, and inside she's talking about a lot, including her love life and her brief moment that she was with John Mayer. And she said something so revealing that it actually worked. And I don't know whether this was her intention. She talked about John Mayer, and she said something about he's got a tortured soul and that she's still in love with him, which was like putting her heart in the middle of the turnpike in the truck lane. You know what I mean? Except it worked. He heard about this, and reportedly, they're back together. I know, it worked. She really opened up, and so now that they're back together for the third time, because they were together and then they broke up. No, well, I know, I was thinking the same thing. You know, if you're together with somebody and you break up once, okay, fine. Together and you break up twice, okay, fine. A third time is really sketchy, but this is their third time back together, and so this time, Katy is making John play by her rules. Now, can I just say, if you have to make somebody do anything, then this relationship is doomed. Period. And the things that she wants from him are so simple that you shouldn't have to even tell a 35-year-old man this. Yeah, he's 35. By the way, she's never looked so beautiful in this dress, and I always say it. So, wait, she's 28 years old and he's 35, and according to Life and Style magazine, Katy made John do a couple of things. First of all, get rid of his ex's phone numbers. Why do you have to tell a 35-year-old man that? Say? And also, because you know what? Random girls were texting him, and reportedly, it was a big issue for them in the past. You know, I was watching Long Island Princesses the other night. Were you watching? Well, one of the girls was going through the same thing. You know, like she was on again, off again with the boyfriend, whichever one that is. They all remind me of the same person. They all remind me of the same person, but it's an entertaining show. It comes on, I think, on Sundays between the housewives or something. That's Erica? How you doing, Erica? Anyway, and she was going through the same thing. If you have to tell a guy to get rid of his ex's numbers, then he's kind of not that into you, or you know, he's only into you for a reason, like summer fun or winter, spring break or something like that. Anyway, so Katy, that's mistake number one. If you had to tell a 35-year-old man that, then it's probably doomed. And then the second rule that she has for him is more dinner dates and romantic time out. Now, if you have to tell a 35-year-old man that, then it's doomed also. Now, I could see if, you know, if it's like a 25-year-old man or even a 22-year-old man, you know, where all they want to do is sit in the house and, you know, watch TV or something like that. But no, Katy. Did John come to you with any rules? If I were him, I would. Can I tell you what the rule would be? Always dressed like this. And wait, hold on. Hey, Deb Miller, let's work some magic. I'm gonna snip my fingers and we're gonna play magic, okay? Wait, look, first of all, Katy, always dressed like that picture that you see, and never dressed like that. That. Almost, Deb. This picture right here, no, they were together, and obviously they're outside. They were in the rainforest, but she looks about 15 pounds up and just stinky, smelly, messy. You clean up good, Katy. But if I were mayor, my rule would be never look like that. I wish you well, but kind of what's the point? Let's move on. Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel. So they've been married for less than a year. Justin is anxious to start a family. And according to Star Magazine, Jessica, who's 31, still young enough to have plenty of years to start a family, but she's very concerned with how the pregnancy will affect her famously perfect body. Well, here's the thing. I mean, she's got a nice figure, but I always think of her as being more famous for her face. Isn't she one of those makeup advertising girls? Like, she's got a beautiful face. And I don't really know what she sounds like, you know, as far as talking. You know, she's a beautiful girl. Well, this is what she's thinking, according to Star Magazine. Many of her acting roles are based on her sex appeal. I can't think of any acting roles that she's had in recent years. I honestly can't. No, come on, you guys. This is not a read. I honestly can't. And from what I understand, she's allegedly gotten rid of a lot of the people from her management team, so she's wiping the slate clean to start over. So if she starts over, then possibly she could start getting some acting roles. I don't know. But I look at Jessica Biel as being a beautiful woman who is now, you know, Justin Timberlake's wife, and she could go one of two ways. She could either have the babies, you know, and you know, be in a family way, and there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom, or she can be a maverick and go after these acting roles that have been pretty dry for the last several, I mean, I don't really know her for acting in anything. I see her, not for nothing, kind of like Jessica Biel in being a really successful mommy blogger. That Jessica Alba, the other, see? Same person. No, Jessica Alba's got some gorgeous kids with that Cash Warren, that Honor and her little sisters and stuff, and she's making money hand over fist with those organic diapers. Suzanne, remember, she came to the Honest Company. Do you ever go there? You have toddlers.
Yes, I've used her diapers and they are fantastic.
See? But, no, but... The thing is, and Gwyneth Paltrow, whose face we had on there too, these girls have really turned something outside acting into something bigger, kind of sort of than acting could ever be. Alicia Silverstone is doing the same thing, except that now she wants mothers to swap breast milk. Have you heard that story? Whole nother thing, I don't even want to get into it. But the thing is, Jessica Biel, is if this acting thing doesn't work out for you, there's nothing wrong with you having kids and also turning it into a really viable business. I remember even when, yeah. I remember for a moment there, this is way off the topic, but I remember for a moment there when Sylvester Stallone's acting roles were drying up a whole lot, and his wife, what was her name? Jennifer Flavin, she got on that QVC and started selling that stuff. Multi-billion dollars she's making with that stuff. I mean, she's making more than Stallone and her all put together, and she was making the money for the house. So you never know what a woman can do through, you know, just putting her mind to it, Jessica Biel. So if this acting thing doesn't work out, don't worry. There's other life for you. That's all. Now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is talking about romance. He's on the cover of the August Essence magazine, which, can I just make a little sidebar comment? I just see Dwayne as being no race. You know what I mean? So when I saw him on Essence, I mean, I think he's Samoan. If you squint, he's black. If you open your eyes, he's white. Or he's Eskimoan. I just don't. Here's my thing. But, hold on. Because this is the show of the people, for the people. We got all kinds of colors in the audience. Now let me just finish what I'm saying. When you put Dwayne on the cover of Essence, that says, oh, he's black. Which is great, but I just always see him as swirly, like the race of the future. Look at you, if you are just black, or if you are just white, or if you're just Asian, we're fading fast. The future of people is swirlish. You know, that's it. That's it. Everybody's gonna be mixed. So inside Dwayne, who's 41, one day I just want him to come to the show. He doesn't even have to sit on the couch, just curl me. Just curl me. So this is what Dwayne says, and then I want to tell you about a few other shocking things about him. He says, when I say I'm gonna take care of a woman, I don't just mean physically or sexually or romantically. I'm gonna take care of her emotionally and spiritually. I'm gonna take care of her in all ways. I take a lot of pride in that today. Well, let me just tell you this. Do you know that his ex-wife, Danny, who he's been with since like high school, there they are, their daughter's 11 years old. Do you know that they split in 2010 after being together for 10 years, but they're still business partners? See, here's where it becomes sketchy. all of a sudden, Dwayne is messy and unattainable. Because, first of all, he doesn't pay her alimony. He pays only child support to his daughter Simone, who's 11. $22,000 a month. Now, I got a 12-year-old, and I can tell you, after you buy a couple of pair of sneakers and some braces, you have at least $18,000 a month left over to go to Gucci for yourself. So she's doing well. In addition, hold on, in addition, they're so amicable that Danny works for his production company. Like, she was one of the producers of Snitch, and you know that show that he has on the cable called Hero? She's producing that. If you were dating The Rock and you knew Danny was still in the picture, wouldn't that make you say, Exactly. I knew that he couldn't be that perfect. Rock, there's something going on with you. And I don't know what it is. Oh, by the way, can we show the picture of his new girlfriend? Okay. Go for it. She's younger. There she is. Uh-huh. Her name is Lauren, and she's 28. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, I'm gonna leave you with your rock thought, and we're going to go into a break. We've got a great show for you from VH1's Hollywood Exes. The beautiful Nicole Murphy is here. She's divorced from Eddie Murphy, and now she's engaged to Michael Strahan. I look forward to catching up with Nicole. But up next, everyone, the hilarious Kevin Hart joins us. Successful comedians in the world. His comedy tour, Let Me Explain, spanned 10 countries, grossed over $32 million, and sold out Madison Square Garden twice. Take a look.
Scariest in the world to me are bum hands. A bum's hands are the scariest shit ever. You can say I'm crazy all you want. I'm willing to bet y'all any amount of money right now, if y'all walk outside after this show and a bum come up to you and flick your lip, bet money you kill yourself tonight. Like, you gotta get rid of that lip. You can't keep that lip. That lip's gotta go. You gotta buy a new lip. I don't even know where to get lips.
Please welcome the very funny Kevin Hart. I'm sorry. So nice to see you. Listen,
Thank you.
You know, we follow you here on Twitter, and you posted something about a growth spurt.
I had one. I just had one. I did.
Do you find, because we're opposites but the same situation, you're very short and I'm very tall.
I don't think we need to use the word very.
Well, I'll use it for me.
I'm short, petite, you know, something like that.
Not petite.
I don't, anything but short. I just try to find a different word to describe
But here's the thing. I don't know about you, but I feel like it's one of my best attributes. The very thing I used to hate is the very thing that makes me so special and different in a good way.
You embrace it.
But you also, like, people recognize you every place you go. You stick out in the crowd.
Well, I embrace my stature.
Yes, you're very confident.
Thank you, thank you. You know, for me, I think confidence, you know, confidence is everything. So regardless of what you have, if you embrace it and you love it,
absolutely,
people will follow and do the same.
Absolutely.
And, you know, for me, self-deprecation is what my comedy lives in. You know, I talk about myself, I address anything before anybody else can. So you have nothing to really say about me that I haven't said about myself. So in my mind, I really do think I'm a sex symbol. I do. It's what you believe, you know? So if you're fine and you're happy, I think that's all that matters. So with me being short, it's something that I really am comfortable with. I'm happy about it. If I was tall, it wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't be funny. Something would be weird. I'd be clumsy. My neck would be too long. It'll look weird.
So in other words, it makes you special, and that's what's good.
Yes.
So, you know, without saying too much about Think Like a Man 2, we're still married.
Yes, we are.
And thank you for having me back in the movie.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. You have fans, Kevin, all around the world. I mean, as I was introducing, I'm like, wow, 10 countries, sold out Madison Square Garden twice. That's
It's
huge.
I try to think about it because I don't want to go crazy.
Right. But how do they react to you when they see you?
It's weird. Like we did a world tour this year. Let me explain. That's what the whole movie is based off of. It's my world tour, you know, us going all over the country and literally selling out. And I think the one that shocked me the most, we went to London and we sold out the O2 Arena. I did 16,000 seats at the O2 Arena. And after the show, like literally, I'm looking and these people got signs and they're like rocking the van, they're shaking the cars. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is all for a guy that tells jokes. You know, I make a living telling jokes, telling stories, but I think because it's so real and I'm an open book. You know, I don't hold anything back. My life is what it is, whether it's good or bad. I put it out there for people to see, and I think that's why worldwide my material has kind of became universal, because everybody can appeal to it.
I've already seen the movie, and I have to tell you, it's phenomenal to see how people react to you.
Thank you.
I also noticed there's a lot of fire in your show. What's up with the fire?
Well, Wendy, I'm a big deal. So here's the thing. Fire equals big deal. I don't know, I wanted to do something different. You know, when you're doing these big venues and you're doing arenas, people are paying good money to see a show. So I said, how can I put on a show?
Especially being a comedian, because normally what you think of is a microphone and a stage.
That's it.
But you put something into it. You gave your fans something to look at, and you know, it's real great. You talk in the show about something that I've never talked with you about, and that is your first marriage.
Yes. My first marriage.
Your only marriage. Mm-hmm. You cheated, and that's why it ended. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Let's talk about that.
I talk about it. I
Okay.
put it all out. I got married young, first of all.
How young?
I was 21, 22
God.
years old.
Oh,
so
right?
yeah, so I married, you know, we had our good points, we had our bad points. But
Was that a high school sweetheart?
Not high school, just life.
Okay.
Life sweetheart.
Okay.
Yeah, life sweetheart. Community college sweetheart.
Now, how long did that
last? We went to community college.
How long did that last?
We were together for about 8 years almost.
And it produced a couple of
no,
great
we were
kids?
together longer than that. 7 years we were married, so we were together probably for like 10.
Okay,
10,
and you
years.
got a couple of kids out of
Yes,
out
two
of the deal?
kids, two beautiful kids.
But you
Heaven and Hendrix.
cheated.
Well, you don't have to keep throwing it out there like that.
Well,
we can say I made mistakes.
Okay.
And in making mistakes, some men own up to them, some men don't.
Yes.
In my particular situation, I owned up to it, and the consequences of those mistakes ended in divorce. And I think now, because of that, I'm a better man. I'm
And a better
smarter
boyfriend.
man. Of course you are.
Inoka is his girlfriend, and last time you've been together for about 2 years. And last time that you were
together
here,
longer than that now.
you were telling us 3.5 years. You're living together. So, do you think you'll get married again?
Well, you know, Wendy, see, I don't know. Like, I want to say yes, but I don't know. Of course, you know, marriage is a big step. And I understand how big of a step it is now because of how big of a step I took. It didn't really understand how big that step was then. So now I have a different understanding for it. So for me to do it now, I need to make sure I'm ready.
Yes.
So the preparation for it and the understanding of it is completely different. Once again, it's all a process. I think in time, I may be ready. Now, am I? No, not right now.
Yes.
No, not right now.
And, you know, in addition to having your fabulous, movies and the stand-ups, we love Real Housewives of Hollywood.
Oh, thank you.
I love that show. And it's been picked up for a second season. What can we expect?
You can expect a lot more foolishness, man. You know, I got a great group of guys, and this year the star power is even bigger. We got Chris Rock, we got Wanda Sykes.
Nice.
I mean, the list goes on and on, man. Ed O'Neill, Katy came on, the Kardashians. Like, literally, the people that came to guest star are ridiculous, and the show's just gotten bigger and bigger. And I think for BET, I definitely take my hat off to them for taking a chance on me, and the show has done so much.
The show is very entertaining. Listen, Kevin's not going anywhere. Up next, we're going to put him in a hot seat. Keep it here. It's about to get really hot in here because Kevin Hart is brave enough to sit in our hot seat. We're going to ask Kevin 4 questions. We're going to start off warm and turn the temperature up with each one. Kev, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Get the smoke out my face.
Somebody's smoking. Listen, here's your 40-degree question. Besides you, Kevin Hart, who's the funniest comedian out there?
Besides me, who's the funniest comedian out there? You know what, man? I mean, it's such an unfair question because there's so many.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to say like 5 at once.
Go.
I'm gonna say Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Kings of Comedy, Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, that's it.
There you go.
All right, go ahead.
Here's your 60-degree question.
60 degrees.
60, okay. What's the worst thing you had to do to make money before you hit it big?
Okay, all right, I can tell you, that's a 2-part answer. I'm gonna tell you what at one point, I sold a bunch of CDs. They were just my personal CDs and I needed money so bad, so I just took them to the pawn shop. But I only got like $60 and I was like, I need more. So I thought about stripping for a day. I'm very serious. I honestly thought about it. I was like, how bad can it be? And then I was talking to a friend and they told me about the costumes and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it was almost,
All right.
almost.
Here's your 80-degree question.
80 degrees!
What has been your most awkward celebrity encounter?
My most awkward celebrity encounter. Okay, you know what? David Hasselhoff.
Okay.
I was a big fan of Knight Rider as a kid. So I meet David Hasselhoff and I'm like, hey man, dude, Knight Rider was an amazing show. That song, and I was like, dun it, dun it, dun it. And he just walked off. He just
Good answer. Interesting. All right, and here is your 100-degree question.
100 degrees.
Have you ever been snubbed by a celebrity? Like they know who you are and they snub you.
When I was a big deal or before? At any point. Okay, at any point.
At any point, but
Okay.
I just want I know you got a good one.
No, okay. I'm gonna give you a real good one.
Okay.
All right. This is kind of embarrassing too.
Okay.
I met Janet Jackson, right? And you know, I didn't know if she knew who I was or not, and I was so nervous. Like I'm shaking, my hands are sweaty, and she's there with Jermaine Dupri.
How long
right?
ago was this? Oh, they were
This
dating.
was she was with Jermaine
Yeah.
Dupri. So I go up to her and I'm like, hey, Janet, my name's Kevin Hart. I'm a big fan. I was like, you must like little guys. And she was like, ugh.
Really? I love conversation with Kevin Hart.
Yes.
Thank you for being brave enough
Thank
to sit
you.
in the hot seat.
Thank
and
you.
everybody, you need to check out Kevin Hart's new movie. It's called Let Me Explain. It.
Yes.
It's theaters today.
Go
we'll
see
be
it.
right back. Keep it here. Wow. Welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing? Hi, Wendy. My name is Ray. I have a 2-year-old child. He's my only child and my mother's first grandchild.
Uh-oh.
She has a tendency, I know, she has a tendency to butt in when I reprimand him.
Okay.
How do I politely get her to stop?
Well, you have to do this before your son gets old enough to be able to understand that mommy's rules don't count, that grandma's butting in, and that her rules count. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For people who are mothers, we know this. I would say the best way to do this is to invite your mother out or have her over to your house separate from your child being there, be there, and have a very firm talk with your mother. You can pepper it with tears if you want, but tears will really, tears will make you appear weaker as
Right.
opposed to speaking firmly with no smile. Very firmly about how you love your mother, you respect, you know, what she's done for you, but this is your child, and you mean what you say when you say butt out. And
Okay.
please don't let this conversation have to happen in front of your child again. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go to the next level with this.
Right.
Okay? All right? Speak to her firmly. Take care of it now. We'll be right back, everybody, with the beautiful Nicole Murphy. Don't go away. Our next guest had a 13-year marriage with Eddie Murphy. It produced 5 beautiful children, and she's now divorced. She's also producing a hit reality show. It's season 2 of Hollywood Exes. It begins on Monday, and here's your sneak peek.
Oh, you look beautiful. for you.
I think Michael would love this.
Michael would love that. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. High-profile marriages, there's prenups involved, so we're trying to get all that established.
Right. It's not Irene and Daryl, honey, going to the courthouse.
Not exactly.
Don't just my up.
I would never do that to you. And that's what hurts. You're supposed to be my friend.
Please welcome the beautiful Nicole Murphy.
I know exactly.
They said you were nervous back there. I know you weren't nervous to see me.
Well, I'm not nervous to see you.
Okay.
I guess, you know.
Just doing the talk show
everybody
circuit.
else.
Exactly. Let's give you some shoe cam. Keep your feet right there. Your feet are beautiful. The shoes, gorgeous.
Thank you.
So the last time I saw you, your fiance, Michael Strahan, was here on the couch, and you were backstage, and I wanted to see your ring. And so during commercial break, you showed it to me. I think that's the last time we saw one another. So now you're...
No, I came on.
That's right, to promote the first season of Hollywood Exes.
Right.
Yeah. And then the last time I saw you was just the other week online. A picture of you in a bikini, which everyone's talking about. Nicole.
Yes.
Here's the thing. There's 45 with a good body, but a lot of women have not had children at 45.
Right.
You've had not 1, but 5. What's your secret?
Gym and eating right.
Yeah.
You have to eat right. And there's no secret pill. You gotta get in that gym and work out.
Yeah. Well, it's working for you. So, how has life changed since Michael got his seat next to Kelly Ripa on Kelly and Michael?
You know, it's amazing. I mean, his job, what he's doing with Kelly is just wonderful.
He's so loved.
Yeah, he's doing great. And it's exciting. You know, I travel. I'm in LA for a week, and then I'm in New York for a week. So when I'm in LA, I'm with my kids.
Right.
I'm mommy. And then I get to come out to New York and have fun, and it's sexy time with Michael.
Yeah,
so, you know.
And then, and between the two of you, you have 9 children.
Right.
Now, how old is the youngest?
11. Mine's 11, and Michael's is 8. He has 2 twins that are 8.
8. That's a lot of kids, right?
It is.
But I love that you guys are engaged. You've been engaged for 4 years.
Right.
And I just saw you talking about a prenup in season 2 of Hollywood Exes.
Right.
Is that one of the big things that's been holding up the actual wedding ceremony?
Well, you know what? I've been quite busy. Michael's been busy, and since he got the show, his schedule is really hectic.
Yeah.
And but that was a thing that when we started talking about, let's, get our wedding going.
Right.
Prenup is involved.
Of course.
And there's nothing wrong with a prenup. I think, it's not like I'm marrying Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street.
Right.
This is a high-profile
There's a lot of money
person.
involved.
Yeah, there's money involved and stuff. So I have nothing against a prenup, So, but we're good. We're good, and once our schedules will work out, we can.
Well, September's right around the corner, so that's football season.
Yes,
and I know
that's what
he's still
I'm saying.
commentating.
He's always busy,
And then I saw a picture of your daughter, Shane. She graduated from high school, and she got a very nice graduation present.
She sure did.
A beautiful white Range Rover.
She sure did, and her daddy bought her that.
This must be nice.
Her daddy bought her that. But you know what? Shane is a very smart girl. She well deserved it. She worked really hard.
Is she going away to school?
She is. Yes, she is. She's going to college, and I have to give my hat off to her because she is such a smart girl.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of her. All of my kids are smart.
And then your little girl, Bria, your daughter, Bria, she's a model, everybody, as you know.
Yes.
And she...
And actress.
And actress.
And
we were just talking about her the other day. She said some very smart thing. We were talking during Hot Topics about, she was making a statement how difficult it is to be a model, and people have no idea the pressures to keep your body together.
Right.
And she talked about a crazy diet that some of the models are doing these days, which I had no idea. The cotton ball and orange juice diet.
That's so
where
shocking.
they eat the cotton balls and drink the orange juice, and the cotton balls fill up the stomach. She doesn't do it, but she was saying the pressures.
You know what? Even when I was modeling, I'll never forget when I was over in Europe and I would do the collections. one of the things they would say, Nicole, you have to lose your butt. Having a big butt back then was not the thing. They wanted you to be like this. And I was like, okay, I'll lose weight. I'll lose the weight, but I could never lose my butt.
Yeah.
And it was an issue for me.
Yes.
But it's sad that if girls are doing that, that's terrible.
But she's lucky that she has, you know, a mother who's been in the same business.
You have to love yourself.
Now,
And you can't do that. That's terrible.
I saw a clip of season 2 of Hollywood Exes, and there are a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about. But the first one is that I did not see Martin Lawrence's ex-wife, Shamika, in the clip. I hear she's part of the Exes this season.
She sure is. Shamika and I used to be neighbors when we both were married to our exes.
Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence living next to each other.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was a funny neighborhood.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And me and her always remained friends. She's so sweet. But yeah, she's part of the new. She's one of the new cast
And
members.
you're an executive producer on the show, so you
Right.
can say who stays and who goes. Now, does Martin appreciate her being on this show? Because I was reading things.
You know what? I don't know what Martin's thinking.
Okay. Well, we'll have to
I
see.
love Martin, though.
Yeah.
I still
And
like
then
him.
you, I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your father.
Oh, thank you.
Nicole
Oh,
is dealing
it
with that this season. Your mother is beautiful. I noticed an accent. Where's your mother from?
My mother is from England.
England.
Yeah.
And then your 2 brothers are really good looking. So you were just destined to be this good looking, modeling type woman from Sacramento, California.
Well, thank you, Wendy.
Yes. And then we're going to also catch up with Prince's ex-wife is going to adopt a child.
Right.
You're trying on wedding dresses.
Right.
And the drama ensues with you and Jose Canseco's ex. So we'll be watching.
Yes, you better watch.
It's Hollywood Exes, everybody. The season premiere of Hollywood Exes is Monday night at 10 on VH1. Give it up for Nicole Murphy. Up next, we're going to reveal our audience eye candy of the day. Don't go away. Welcome back. I'm standing here with Patricia Mikołowski, who watches our show in Australia. How you doing?
How you doing?
Patricia's our audience eye candy of the day. Love your dress. Talk about it.
Thank you, Wendy. My beautiful blue dress is from Cachet, and I got it on sale for $15.
Love. What? Really?
Really?
Love. For more information on Patricia's look, go to wendyshow.com. Here's your Diva Fan, and
Thank
we'll
you.
be right back. I want to thank Kevin Hart and Nicole Murphy, my co-host, my studio audience. Tomorrow, the very funny Kathy Griffin. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye-bye.